In other news, Disney Universal filed first major studio lawsuit against an AI company. This was bound to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Variety. Uh, so they're suing Midjourney for copyright infringement. This is theft by Todd Spangler in Variety. Alan, if you would read the story.
Yes. So Disney and NBC Universal have filed a federal lawsuit against Midjourney, accusing it of rampant copyright infringement. Rampant. The entertainment giant claim Midjourney's image generation service has been producing and distributing unauthorized images based on iconic characters from their films and television franchises, including Marvel's Deadpool, Wolverine, and Universal's Minions. Filed in California Central District Court, the lawsuit alleges that Midjourney ignored cease and desist requests and continued developing its image tool to create even higher quality versions of infringing content. In strongly worded statements, Disney and NBCU executives framed the lawsuit as a defense not only of their own intellectual property, but also the broader creative industry that depends on copyright protections. In the suit, the plaintiffs paint Midjourney as a copyright-free writer, exploiting copyrighted content without investing in its creation. They warn that AI-driven piracy could destabilize the foundation of U.S. copyright law and threaten the livelihood of millions working in entertainment. Despite being a small, self-funded team led by former NASA researcher David Holz, Midjourney has already become profitable and widely influential in the generative AI space. Disney and NBC Universal are seeking monetary damages, as well as a court order to stop Midjourney from continuing to distribute any infringing material. While these media companies express optimism about AI's potential, they stress that technological innovation must not be the cost of creative ownership.
Here's the deal. AI, in some forms, simply put, AI can be a randomizer. When you go to, say, create a character in a game, there are so many things you can do in terms of choices of designing a character, right? So you can change the nose, hairstyle, eyebrows, color of the hair, eyes, whatever. But I'm a person that's very impatient. I don't want to spend hours designing a character. I press randomize a couple times. Hey, I like that. Boom, I'm done. What they're talking about here is what's included in the source library is owned. You can't use a library of other images to randomize for your AI, right? Your AI art. And that's what they're saying. So there are a lot of discussions happening about AI. It could be a force for good for new creators. It's going to kill jobs. These discussions need to be had. So it'll be interesting to see the arguments made on both sides. Alan, what do you think?
Yeah, I find myself in the middle of this in terms of I see both points. My biggest issue is I could care less what Midjourney does with Mickey Mouse, Superman, Deadpool, Wolverine. But if you're a small-time creator who created a character and then it gets caught up in Midjourney, now I feel sympathy for this small creator who probably has never made money off of their creator. I think if you, like you say, if you use Midjourney as a randomizer just to create something, that's fine. But yeah, I get it, and I understand if you said, yeah, give me Deadpool doing this, or give me Superman licking a puppy. I get why the lawsuit is there, and I think the best course of action is to actually let the lawsuit play out and get some.
No, I agree. I just want to see what the arguments are, because what this will explore is it's having a conversation about what this is. People don't understand, and I think if you now if you pay for Midjourney, which creates you license the original assets from the artists and or company, that could be this.
Yeah.
This could set precedent to how AI can be used legally, ethically, and the original creators get paid. That's what
Yeah.
this could set the precedent for.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like if Disney said, okay, you can get Midjourney and then add on the Disney pack.
Here's you add on these different packs of things to draw from, but you're paying. It's what they call, I hate this when I see this, in-app purchases, right?
Yeah.
It's an in-app. I want to be able to redesign Marvel stuff. So you pay for the Marvel license, you do that, or the Disney or Pixar or whatever it is, and then you can create new art. But you paid for the license to do that, and you can't monetize what you create, right? You can't own it. So there are a lot of arguments. This will play out in the courts, but AI is not going away.
I mean, that's an interesting idea because, I mean, can you imagine your Midjourney and then you sign a deal with Disney saying, okay, you subscribe to Midjourney and buy the Disney pack. So you get Disney, Star Wars, and Marvel with it.
Right, or whatever.
Yeah, and that benefits not only, the big corporation, but also benefits Midjourney at that point.
I just think it's about where they're drawing, what the data set is they're drawing from to create the final result.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, ultimately that is a conversation that has to be had, is where did you get your data set? Where did you pull it from? Did you go out, sweep the whole internet, and now you're basing it off of other people's work that you shouldn't have?
Let me actually show a short video that relates to this about AI. It just gonna present without comment here. Let me present this, and we'll watch this together and talk about it. Here we go. Let me make sure audio is set. Okay, here we go.
Behind closed doors, execs have seen AI content so lifelike, they're now considering using it to extend old sitcoms. Not reboots, not remakes. We're talking new official episodes made entirely by machines. One exec told me that the next generative AI is so lifelike, the studio executives were, quote, scared of how they could no longer tell the difference between reality and an artificial creation. One company, Fable Studios, just launched Showrunner, an AI platform that lets users create entire TV episodes from a single sentence. Voice animation, dialogue, all auto-generated. That's all according to a report in VentureBeat. And with Hollywood under pressure to cut costs, some studios are now exploring whether to license old IP to AI firms to generate spin-offs, especially outsourcing nostalgia. But there's a legal gray area. The US Copyright Office made it clear in February that AI-generated work isn't protected unless a human makes meaningful creative contributions. But as the tech gets better, the question isn't whether AI can bring back your favorite shows. It's whether you'll still recognize and watch them if you can't tell the difference.
My first question is, what does that mean? What is the benchmark for meaningful creation?
Well, I can tell you right now that on YouTube, it's a very gray area, and Warner Brothers has made me angry.
No, see, they're like, we're going to get AI to redo these, and they're going to bring back the Andy Griffith Show, and it's going to be that wolf in there. Like, Daddy. You're like, Barney!
Yeah. So, Alan, what do you think of this? You want to see do you want to see new episodes of The Office?
No.
What do you think? I mean, no, they're talking about the possibility. This is huge. We're on the tip of the iceberg with all of this. We just talked about there's an Justine Bateman video, her discussing how the streamers will use AI. And it's to create customized shows, or like you could watch Star Wars starring Alan Ng as Chun Solo. Well, Han Solo, Chun Solo, I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, you put yourself in shows, you can make new episodes of Gilligan's Island. As they said, if the studio owns it and they allow you to do that, or they themselves make new episodes, what does that lead? Like the actors, writers, the owner? I'm saying the genie's out of the bottle. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. There are a lot of questions unanswered, but the possibilities.
Yeah,
and
here's
it's also Hollywood's bottom line is money.
right. Look, AI can make content, AI generated content for Hollywood.
Right.
The question is, do people want that? You know, you ask the question, do you want to see more episodes of Gilligan's Island? The answer is no, but on the other hand, the studio's going to make it anyways. So screw you. You know, that's kind of where I see things right now, is that the studios want to use AI so badly, and people like us don't want to watch their AI stuff at all.
69.
I mean, people are going to rush out and see an AI, AI episodes of Gilligan's Island, AI episodes of MASH, of The West Wing.
What if Gilligan finally got
Marianne
and Ginger? What if that was the episode?
Okay, you're right. I want to see that.